Alright then, I think we are good to go. Let's do it. Bismillah.
Apa masalahmu? Apa yang kau mahu? Pada semua insan ingin ku laungkan. Dari zaman purba hingga zaman berubah, sejarah telah banyak diubahkan. Walaupun zaman maju, adat dan sopanmu tetap kekal dalam hatiku. Takkan hilang melayu dari bumi yang maju selagi ada yang menjaga kelakuanmu. Kopi Shop Talk. Let's talk on the table. Mari saudariku, mari saudaraku, tegak berjalan dengan langkah-langkahmu. Bukan untuk dirimu, bukan untuk diriku, demi bakal untuk pengganti dirimu. Walaupun kita jatuh, berkali-kali jatuh, selagi nafas naik turun di dadaku. Bangkulah anakku, selagi hayatmu, demi untuk menyambung dari ceritaku. Kopi Shop Talk. Let's talk on the table. Coffee Shop Talk. Let's talk on the table.
Nice.
Hey guys, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat datang dan selamat kembali ke ruangan podcast kami di Coffee Shop Talk. Dan jangan lupa follow kami di TikTok, IG dan Facebook. Bersama saya Ryan. Siapa lagi?
Saya Ziad.
Hey guys. Saya Fahad.
Okay, guys, sebelum kita start our topic for today, aku cuma nak ucapkan lah untuk para pendengar dengan korang semua, marhaban ya Ramadan. Selamat berpuasa besok kan kita berpuasa.
Yo,
InsyaAllah kalau sampai selamat berpuasa pada semua pendengar kita. Semoga puasa kita lebih baik daripada sebelumnya.
Jap. Tentatively on Sunday, bukan Saturday.
Yalah, kita pergi tarawih dulu lah.
Tarawih
dulu kan.
Pasal this one release on Friday, so yalah kita tarawih dulu. Then after that kita berpuasa on Sunday.
InsyaAllah.
InsyaAllah kalau this one release on Friday kalau dia tak release on Friday, it will release on Saturday.
Yalah. Ahlan ya Ramadan.
Yes. Diam tak diam pun kita pun dah 50 episod sih. Kira pada aku okey lah
50 macam familiar.
Dia macam familiar Dia macam dah sama-sama kan.
Sama. Same but different
Same but different. Okey, untuk pendengar kita juga, sekiranya kalau ada hajat lah nak bertanya, silakan kita tidak akan reveal your names for sure. This for formality sake. Just email kat kita, no obligation of course. And lagi satu aku nak aku cuma nak wawarkan, episode ni will be our last episode before kita start kita berpuasa. And for our pre-recording, kita pun dah bikin pre-recording untuk bab-bab puasa kan. And yalah, di bulan puasa tu we will take a break all the way sampai Syawal, the third week of Syawal.
Okay, InsyaAllah.
Semua setuju?
Setuju.
Okey, kita akan kembali jurus selepas ni. Jangan ke mana-mana.
Dunia seni, Coffee Shop Talk in the house. Kami bawa suara jalanan, hip hop rap, ini cerita penuh cabaran. Dari Jurong ke Sinde, bakal balik ke Ulu Pandang. Podcast merapi kita buat santapan.
Hai, kita masih episod pasal mengenai pasal MOE tapi ni bab tuition kan?
Tuition pula. The previous episode we were talking about the
Parents.
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 Lupa.
Parents teachers.
Aku kena makan ginkgo. Ginkgo punya suplemen. Kasi mantapkan aku punya otak balik. Ni aku ada short term memory aku tu asyik terlupa je. Tapi tak lupa nak makan. Tak lupa nak buang air besar.
Nama ingat nama.
Nama ingat. Nama kau dah lupa tu dah kena kumbang Nabi.
IC kau ingat lah IC?
IC ingat dari dulu.
Okay.
Zaman dulu Okay.
Apa topik dia hari ni?
Topik
Selalu
hari
kata-
ni kita apa tu? Apa topik hari ni? Topik hari ini adalah mengenai ke atas masalah ini.
Kau ada macam
doubting.
Arab. Arab pula.
Ya. Okay. Okay. So last week we discussed about the education and the teachers' plight, facing with this pool of parents who were known to be being very difficult
Godal.
Yeah. So apart from that, our minister, Mr. Chan Chun Sing, calls out unethical practices of some tuition centers, and MOE are in talks with advertising industry for the code of conduct. So what they mean is mungkin kalau MOE cakap macam ni, which means that advertising industry may not have a code of conduct when it when they want to decimate aku tengah skudel, aku punya kepala otak aku dengan mulut tak synchronize. They are disseminating, oh my goodness, disseminating brochures and pamphlets, for their marketing prospects lah,
I see.
for business lah. So kalau MOE dapat implement this, which means there is a policy, which means that there will be a framework, which means there is black and white, which means that it can be they can, marketing agencies, any business entity in Singapore who does not abide by the policy or the decorum or the code of conduct or the code of conduct, they are subjected to have infringed. It's an offence.
Oh.
Yeah.
Can you speak English with me?
English.
To me.
How now
Pasal tu chim sangat.
tu Jim. Saya nak cakap, kalau government dah bagi satu peraturan, kau tak dengar cakap, kau kena sebat macam itulah.
Boleh sempat
Macam itulah. Sebat dia boleh berbilah-bilah atau sebat peringatan macam itu. Dia berbunga lah. Macam
Okay.
itu. So the moment if they have implement this, which I think is gonna is gonna be to put to practice in a matter of time. So there will be this existence of infringement of code of conduct, which means that this company or this organisation failed to abide with the regulations. Tapi kalau dia cakap macam code of conduct, dia tak seberat macam benda of this is under miscellaneous under decorum, which means that you must do this. Macam okay, I give you example. What is code of conduct? What is decorum? When you present yourself, let's say you are a tourist guide, you need to have a specific way of dressing up. You cannot use shorts and singlet to bring your tourists around Singapore. Macam itu.
Okay.
So that is under the decorum, which is i.e. code of conduct macam itu, something like that. Okay. So dorang sekarang, MOE ni sekarang is in talks with advertising industry, which means that they will actually control. The whole idea is to control,
right,
for the betterment of the schools.
I see.
Okay.
Jadi susah ke atau jadi senang ke, macam mana?
It's a double-edged sword, which means that it can be good, can be bad. It can
Kita belum nampak lagi ada punya.
Belum. Okay, so let me elaborate.
Okay.
Aku share. So the Ministry of Education is in talks with advertising in the industry in Singapore to establish a code of conduct that addresses certain unethical marketing practices used by some tuition agencies to guilt trip parents, said Minister for Education Chan Chun Sing. This one aku quote from Mothership.
Okay,
right?
Soalan aku, kalau agensi ni kalau tak ikut dia punya peraturan, of course dia kena
infringement lah.
Okay.
Which means that they are subjected to be
ban.
No, tak ban lah. Cuma aku rasa dia
Fine
ada
lah.
1, 2, 3 lah. First
Warning
reminder,
tinggi,
second reminder, then warning, and then final warning, terus merah sampai siap lah.
I
Macam
see.
itu lah. Macam kita LTA saman, reminder.
okay.
Kadang-kadang kita conduct baik,
Yalah.
benefit of doubt, face value, I give you just a gentle, friendly reminder.
Okay.
Dia macam tu. So it goes like I said that it is not to that level of it is some criminal procedure code whereby this is an offence macam besar-besar masuk court, tak ada lah.
No lah, this is not criminal lah.
Yeah, but
Tak lah, yalah. Cuma people tak abide dia punya peraturan
betul. So further facts establish that touting tuition services outside school. This was the header. So during the interview, Mr. Chan called out some tuition centers whom he labelled them as black sheep of the tuition industry due to a few undesirable practices. Okay, the first was touting tuition services outside school. Okay, before I talk about touting, let's talk about definition of touting. Right? Touting generally means promoting or advertising something, often in an eager or an aggressive way. This act meaning can vary based on context. Okay, promotion or advertisement.
This taunting ni touting ni was back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Kau tahu selalu dekat
Where do you
mana?
see this touting? Airport.
Dekat Orchard Tower.
Orchard Tower. Tu touting benda tu si touting. The act is touting tapi is illegal. Right? One fine example is those touters at airport arrival hall, taxi drivers.
I see. Okay.
And touting normally relates to aggressive tau.
Okay,
Macam
faham.
hard selling. Kau pergi pasar malam. Kau pergi let's say kita travel pergi Malaysia ke, kita pergi Bangkok ke, orang nak jual. Jual durian.
Agresif lah.
Maria, beli.
Kau mesti beli berus gigi ini.
Boleh. Aku berus jamban rumah kau sekali. So that is touting. Touting selalu kita faham kalau kita tak go deep into the definition itself, right? The true meaning. What we understand as normal humans, that touting is always subjected to aggressive hard selling, right? So the question is, okay, so what happened? So Mr. Chan called out such practices for creating anxiety amongst parents, right? So in inverted commas, he mentioned that what happened was the principal went out and gave them a piece of their mind, which was said that it is totally unnecessary. For primary 1, there are no exams. Instead of inculcating the joy of learning, you are handing out flyers to the parents to create this fear of missing out, Mr. Chan said. So Minister of State of Education Gan Xiao Huang has responded in Parliament on February 4th that MOE does not support such undesirable advertising practices. Okay, so what I can see is for some companies, for some tuition centers, when they you see, we see from both point lah. Let's be neutral here. Kenapa diorang buat macam tu? Pasal diorang nak incur business lah. They want returns. And what more if they are just a new startup? Okay, we are not talking about the quality of the teachers or the tutors or whatsoever. Just their business model, their marketing approach. It can be wrong and it cannot be wrong as well. Kalau dia salah, kalau dia touting, kalau dia aggressive hard selling, dia force the parent, please your school, the school is actually it's difficult, right? I know, and they all this engage. The tutors are not going to do.
False
false allegation or false assumption about the education system in Singapore, which I have a personal opinion. I'll give that later. I will share lah.
Okay.
So if that approach exists, which I believe so, because our ministry needs, when the minister gets involved, which means it has happened for a period of time and it's time for him to put address the matter, right? So dia kalau keadaan macam sebegitu then aku rasa it's only right that the ministry comes in and stop all this annoying punya approach of business, this business approach, because it is not aku rasa tak patut lah buat parents macam tu. And Singaporeans, we are known to be kiasu lah. We are, and FOMO, fear of missing out, and FOMO. The younger parents, aku rasa they are very FOMO, very 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 FOMO. This is the truth. The truth hurts. I believe that kalau there's no people for them, dorang tak ada point of reference, dorang tak ada orang-orang yang lebih experience to be there for them and to give them input. So you take it easy, jangan kacau sangat-sangat. So these people actually will, first of all, I don't think it's the tutors themselves that is going down on ground. They employ this whoever, maybe 1 hour $15 or $20, hand out. So you see, aku tengok the psychology of this game. Kalau aku diberi 1 hour $15, aku tak akan tahu. Aku akan bagi je. Kau nak ambil. Tak nak ambil, sudah. Aku
as long as the flyers finish.
As long as the flyers finish. I've done this before tau. Once upon a time kat Bradle. Itu tak tahu company apa. Itu flyers aku kena bagi. Dulu zaman tu 4 jam $25 aku dapat. Aku kena pergi blok 900 lebih kat Tampines, kena ambil gaji every Saturday. Aku ingat ni kerja-kerja semua. So aku pernah buat, and that is not touting. It's more of you want to take, you take.
Promoting
it's okay. Yeah. It's just to promote, to see that, this company actually exists, the existence of this new startup. But if that is the case, then I don't think they are touting. Tapi kalau like what our government has said that they are touting, which I believe mesti ada proof . Government style kita tak ada assumption. Mesti dah ada proof. So this is wrong. Like how they tout in the airport once upon a time. Do not know whether it still exists down there. But there's a lot of places that touts,
MBS?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Kalau for education, macam mana diorang tout documentation
tutors ni ada pamphlet offer package 1 tahun bayar berapa.
Okay.
The whole idea objective is to get services, to get potential customers, students.
What do you call it? Hidden apa?
Kira agenda.
No, hidden apa? Okay, nama kira.
Hidden cost.
Yes. Hidden cost.
Tak ada cost. It's just that they are luring potential students because they want business.
I see. Okay,
because I'm telling you, tuition in Singapore is a very lucrative trade tau. Just to share a bit, teachers who decide to leave the workforce, okay, they jump to tutoring. They are earning, they can earn on par with what they have earned before in the ministry, or they will earn more.
Legit ni
Legit. I'm talking
but
from
they fly solo, right?
They can fly
solo.
Okay, I give you example. Market rate of teachers right now, for a qualified MOE teacher who is certified to teach, their MOE chop, starting right now is between 55 to 80.
Okay,
due to experience,
Aku nak tanya kau. As what you say, certified punya MOE. How do you know that they are certified MOE?
They have to showcase their certificates, which means that they're NIE certified.
NIE certified.
NIE NTU.
That means if they fly solo lah.
If they fly solo, they must have a proven track record. Okay. And the more experienced you are as a teacher, when you jump and you teach, oh my goodness, aku bagi kau simple maths. Satu budak $80 1 jam. Dia ajar 1 jam setengah. Dah berapa? 120 Kau ada 10 budak 1 bulan. Every week you do 3 times. 2 to 3 times. 2 times 10 budak dah berapa? 120 kali 10 1,200 Kau ada 10 budak 1,200 kali 2 kali 1,200 2,400 1 minggu. Kali 4 minggu dah 8,000. Itu 2 minggu 2 kali kau. Kalau hari-hari kau ada, your off day is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday to Thursday. Bom meletup, aku bilang kau.
And somewhere aku add on, dorang punya sources, kau nak parents nak kena print out sendiri lah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ada teacher provide the sources.
Yeah.
Tapi yang ada sekarang kan macam ada some bookstores yang jual
popular
bookstore.
Itu assessment book.
Okay. So how it works? Kalau kat tuition center, they will provide whatever that is needed. Okay. Kalau kat rumah, you have a choice. Sometimes they will, normally aku tahu as a tuition teacher, you will get the book for the child. And then the parent will pay. Macam sekolah, bayar buku macam itu. Some tuition teachers, they do not want to waste money, waste paper. They will photostat the whole book, which means they scan and make into a book. That book they give to the child. They take the paper, the photocopy papers lah, kan, into a book. So there's different roles lah. So tuition in Singapore will never go dry. That's why there's a lot of agencies that they resort to doing such things, perhaps because they want to gain the recognition, and they are doing business from the prospect of the shareholders lah. Okay, from the management level, but they have a pool of tutors, whether good or not, okay, terserah, because time will tell. But the act of touting, I personally feel we need to see what kind of touting. Like I said, kalau aggressive hard selling, then I think you should sit back and question back your integrity lah as an agency, an education agency.
Even you can make a police report.
You can.
That's your right to make a police report.
Yes, touting is an offence in Singapore. Right? If they approach that, but if they are not touting, they are just handing out pamphlets. The one who is handing out the pamphlets, they are students, tertiary students, JC ke budak poly. They're just earning small income, small money, easy money. Aku doubt the probability of them hard selling. I don't think the kids they even bother lah to hard sell. Yang penting aku tahu, okay, 3 jam sudah. Bagi. Yang penting aku bagi lah. Whatever, I don't care whether you want to sign on or not. I just give up because why? Our pay 50.
Paling pun balance pun dorang buang kat tong sampah.
Betul sampah. Pernah. Boleh relate. Yes. Tong sampah. So, the question is here, is it that bad that they have come to that point whereby they need to do a policy, they need to do a code of conduct upon this, because you see, okay, and then it goes to the fact that they were saying that primary 1 there are no exams. Okay, instead of inculcating joy and of learning, you're handing out to flyers to the parents to create this fear of missing out. Okay, the perfect picture is when you are primary 1, your child's primary 1, primary 2, primary 3, no exams. Okay, you as a parent, you do your part. No, you jolly well do your part. You do your so-called practices at home, and then the teacher also will teach whatever concept kat sekolah kan, heuristics ke apa entahlah, holistic approach lah whatsoever. So 1 plus 1 2, then the child will bloom into a very very whole-rounded punya good student tau. What is the probability? Now the question is, how many parents actually even bother? There is pros and cons when they remove the exam concept. They can still have exams, but need not to be a deciding factor. It's just to preempt. You know why? What I realize is some kids, they do not, and the importance of handling time. Duduk exam, 1.5 jam paper. Nanti come primary 3, diorang macam all break loose tau. Most of the students macam terperanjat pasal tak pernah kena within 1.5 hours. For the longest time, for the last 2-3 years, they have been doing, being paced by the teacher, if the teacher are pacing them, because teachers got so many.
Sorry, takkan teacher tak macam notify the students that nanti when you are upper level, then baru dorang ada exam, so they already been prepared for that, that kind of stuff.
They do. I believe they do, but to what aspect of this importance to inculcate this importance and the urgency to do something within a span, a period of time, because I see this sometimes some kids just do not have the time. Some are slow writers, some are just slow learners. They need more time. You can say that, they will be given extra time whatsoever, but there is all these pros and cons when they remove. Our time, we didn't have, everyone had exam already. Our time lah masa zaman kita. Okay, sekarang, I don't know what approach they are going towards to, but okay, it's good. But at the same time, the importance of that parents taking the liability of making sure that the child is well informed that come primary 3 you're going to sit for exam then you got a specific period of time, so which means that kat rumah pun kau kena train reinforce kan. So you see, so it's always that double-edged sword tau, whereby there's good and bad lah in doing this lah, but okay, never mind, for the long time they've been doing this thing, so it shouldn't be a problem. And then then Mr. Chan criticized the unethical practice of some tuition centers which pre-select their students and later claim credit for their good results. Bagi aku macam unethical practice, which means they want to claim good results. Actually, why can't the center, I mean, if indeed that the value added the assistant from the tuition center was that good that the child can actually progress. Because a teacher in school, we all understand that they have like up to 40 students to handle. Minimally 20 odd students. There's a lot for 26 head, different kind of concept. It's not our time the iron fist time where kita pandang je semua macam terkencing, macam kita mati dalam kelas kita tak boleh diam. But now it's more of question and answer. We voice out, tell me how you feel, blah 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 kind of thing. So
It's more into emotion
Emotions, yeah. Now, you need to preserve the emotions of the children
Yeah.
blah blah blah. Sama kita tak ada emotion. Kau no emotion, you go home. You are
We
suspended.
don't have in the vocabulary of emotion.
No privilege.
No way,
We learn the hard way, kan?
Yeah.
Ada wax.
Right. So, okay, kau tengok so when they said that, bagi aku macam apa salahnya kalau tuition center tu betul-betul tolong budak ni, value add, bukan take over teacher's role.
Yeah.
Tolong budak ni and dia
Follow
dia,
up
dia boleh gam dengan ni tutor
Yeah.
and he or she excel. In what way is that unethical?
It's a win-win situation.
It's a win-win. Correct. So you see, like criticize the unethical. So what I question, what unethical way that they claim the credits for their, why?
Okay,
Why? Apa salahnya?
I want to ask you this question now. When a tutor, dia belajar tutoring, okay, for instance like maths, okay, dia dapat solve the problem, in the problem sum, in their ways lah. Diorang dah training, diorang dah biasa. Tapi dekat sekolah, they get diorang punya answer the same method as what they been learning from the tutor.
Okay.
But the schools punya cara maths diorang tu tak equivalent, but they get the right answer, but they still yet get it wrong.
Okay. Same answer, same but different.
Yeah.
Same answer but different concept. Okay, the pedagogy. Pedagogy ni macam manhaj atau methodology. MOE ada certain way of approaching. Tuition center pasal different tutors have that different understanding of the bottom line. Namanya answer tu betul, ada working, justify that it links with the answer, it's not copying or whatsoever. Itu hakikatnya bila kita belajar. Yang penting kau macam mana, okay, aku relate ni macam kita belajar agama. Engkau pandang tingkap depan, aku pandang tingkap belakang. Ziad pandang hadapan, pandang gate depan. Tapi tujuan dia semua nak keluar ke satu
era je lah, satu
angle,
direction ni ya.
one direction. Macam gitulah bila kita belajar. Kadang-kadang kita berbeza pandangan, tapi namanya hakikatnya itu answer yang kita tengah cari, and itu answer bila kita dapat, walaupun cara dia mungkin ada perbezaan sikit, tak menjadikan satu masalah untuk kita bergasak.
Bukan ke ejen-ejen tuition center ni, dia punya teachers nak kena follow curriculum sekolah?
Tak. Some are not MOE. MOE are not supposed to teach in agencies. That's moonlighting. So these individuals, they are qualified as in certificate merits, which means they are math punya masters of math or science or English, They are educated people. And they have the flair to teach, but it's just that they do not want to go
maybe,
to MOE.
Maybe they use sekolah macam Anglo Chinese School punya paper, then maybe Raffles punya paper. See whether this student can do or not. See dorang punya level of understanding.
Yeah. For example macam Mind Champs, Kumon, these two companies, their level is a bit higher, which means that they actually assess the kids first lah.
Yeah.
Setahu aku, wife aku was an ex Mind Champs tutor.
Right.
So the level of understanding the kids is a little higher, which means they are IE smart lah. So a kirakan a slow student, lambat sikit, kalau masuk Mind Champs struggle, tak boleh. So tuition agencies also, they have this concept of they assess the child first lah, because I don't want to waste your money. Because we want to produce Olympians, we want to produce grade A punya
students,
product students. So it is redundant. I mean, like sometimes you got to be very realistic, and you need to know where your child stand in terms of understanding education. But yeah, I mean, like you can take the stairs, he can take the elevator, but at the end of the day, who has more stamina? That kind of thing. So coming back to this situation that I don't see, honestly, aku tak find a problem lah kalau tuition agency nak claim credit, nak ambil gambar, tunjuk budak ni PSIE dapat AL1 ke, science dapat AL1. Because kalau dengan pasal tuition ni, with our education level is so demanding and difficult, this one, yes, I agree, the level is very difficult. Aku sendiri bila buka sekolah, duduk dengan daughter aku every Sunday, aku try to understand. We discuss this, the English language, your English language, you need to be fairly good now. Fairly good. Cannot be satisfactory. Because now they are tricking, the questions are so tricky. I got tricked lah. Last week aku bual anak aku pasal apa, pie chart, fraction. They were actually asking, so it really depends on the question. So you need to understand the question.
English.
The English. So there's no fault, until I had to call the wife to actually assist me, because there are certain concepts that you need to look out for keywords.
Yeah.
You see, so it's patterns and keywords. So bagi aku macam something new. So these kids are at a level whereby the expectation is different to this context. So
they are smart also, say.
Yeah, and they become smart because of the peer pressure. And there's nothing wrong kalau that tuition agency is a non-troublemaker agency going by the right route and doing whatever that is recognized by MOE's expectations, recognition. I don't see why that they can't claim credit if they are known to be a good source of organization that produce good results for the kids. They value add. We must accept that the disclaimer is they will never take over MOE schools.
Yeah.
They are there to value add.
Yeah.
Not considering those troublemakers, those black sheeps, as said by our minister. But we are talking for the agencies that are doing good for our kids. Because why? We are not teachers. And even some teachers cannot teach their own kids.
Yeah.
Right? It's just, why? I don't know. Tak tahu kenapa. Benda macam itu je.
But I guess sometimes the tutor itself really messed up the parents' punya mind, by manipulating.
Of course, we have lah.
Those
are the black sheeps lah.
Definitely is lah. That it was the cause of the anxiety of the parents.
Yeah.
About the education system in Singapore.
But at the same time, aku rasa yang tak ada masalah kalau dorang nak introduce the importance. Why? Kenapa tuition agencies goes down to the ground and to inculcate this exposure, these facts, is because hakikatnya kitanya education system in Singapore tak ada orang boleh deny. It's tip top, is at the tip of the iceberg. Our education system is so flawless tau. It's almost flawless already tau. Dia very high. Kita nak tukar konsep. I think this year punya next year next year punya O-level next year punya O-level dah bukan Cambridge tau, if I'm not wrong. Singapore punya tau.
Singapore punya. I heard
Cambridge also. Singapore. What does that mean? If Singapore is daring to make a change that they're going to do the Singapore Living Certificate, where is Singapore on the spot of education recognition right now? They must be so high. How can a country just take over Cambridge? Cambridge is on par, is dia saing Oxford University. For the last donkey years, kita search pun Cambridge.
Yeah.
And these kids are going to have a Singapore Living, that which means that we need to question, Singapore Living Certificate that recognized, is it of such quality? The answer is yes. For us to even get and take over Cambridge punya status, for Singapore government to make a decision to make that as the header right now, it only proves that our recognition when it comes to education is worldwide recognized. Sebab tu kita berani buat, kitanya government berani buat. You see, so there's a lot of things to ponder. I mean, like, okay, at the end of the day, tolonglah tuition agency ni yang nak main ni sogok-sogok ke, nak pergi hang-hang kebun ni semua, tolong jangan don't do this lah. If you really want your business to prosper, do the right way.
Right.
Do the right way, approach with decency and make
professionally
and explain, not being biased.
Ethical lah,
ethical. So yeah, like I said, it's two sides of the coin. You can see right and wrong. So we are just here, we're being neutral, we are speaking up for both sides lah. Yeah, so that's about it lah. Cakap-cakap banyak sangat je, emosi berbalik sama je.
So anything to bring up? Any kesimpulan?
Pada
Tak payah panjang kan, sikit je lah, 1 minit.
I mean,
tak adalah.
as a parents itself, you have to understand your children's punya capacity, you know, and make time to understand them, what is their strength and their weakness. By putting them too much of tuition also doesn't mean produce you result.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So bear in mind, after all, they are human also.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's quality over quantity.
Yes, that's it.
And you, as a parent, I think it's very important to always motivate, give words of encouragement. You know, always commend them when they do good. Commend them. You know, if they fail,
reward them.
Reward them. Do not demoralize them.
Yeah.
You know, it's okay. Do better next time.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing.
Always throw challenge within themselves.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Betul. Okay.
To me, jangan stresskan dorang, motivate dorang. By giving reward after a good assessment, test, you know, so they will be motivated rather than ketakutan.
Betul.
Kan, so yalah. Any other last word before we wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up.
You?
Okay,
Dah, tak ada apa-apa?
Dah.
Okay. Macam biasa, sebelum kita menutup tirai, jangan lupa komen, share podcast kami kepada teman-teman anda. Kita akan kembali di lain kesempatan pada setiap Selasa dan Jumaat. Teruskan bersama kami hingga kita berjumpa lagi, insyaAllah. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi.